Okay, you guys say I'm not setting my amps and my head unit correctly, so we're about to set it right now. Like I said, I like my head unit. Let's see if we can get this to turn on. All right, got that turned on. So right here, if I read, right here in the manual, right here is telling you how to use the speaker, okay? Like I said, I usually like my head unit at 40, and I like the amp at 65. That's where I like it at. That's where it sounds best to me. So recommended settings of the amplifier and head unit. Volume of head unit should not exceed 80%. Okay. I have my set basically at not 75, but more like 70% for my volume. The amplifier sensitivity should be set to 50%. Subsonic filter frequency, subsonic should be set to 5 hertz below the port setting. So I usually keep my subsonic set to off. So I'm going to turn it on. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. Where's subsonic? It's all right. See this right here? Infrasonic filter. I'm going to turn that on. I usually keep it off. All right, I have it set to on. Nope, that's master and slave. Where is it? There it is. All right, I have that set to on. As you can see, on. The frequency or the crossover here, I have it set to still 65. But step by step, all right, 80%. The amplifier should be set to 50% subsonic filter. Frequency subsonic should be set to 5 hertz below the port setting. For example, to figure the port at 30 hertz, subsonic should be set to 25. The low pass filter that cuts out all frequency above those set for the filter should be set to 63 to 80 hertz. And bass boost should be set to 0, obviously. So I'm going to set the head unit at 63. Oh, I have to turn the subwoofer on. On, okay. Crossover. All right, I usually have it at a 40, negative 36 dB. I'm going to change it to 63. All right, that should give me a little bit of more of a bass response. So on the amp, I'm going to change that to 80. Because if I have it 65 on here and I have it 63 on there, I am choking some of those frequencies. So here it says 65. I'm gonna put it at where I think 80 is at. Or maybe, let's say 100. Let's say 100. All right, see if you can see it. Right there in the middle, so 65, 75, 85, more like 90, 110, somewhere in there. It's like in the middle. So that's where it's set at on the amp, 100 and let's say 110. I don't actually know, but it looks like it's going from 35 to 45, that's 10, 45 to 65, that's 20. So 65 to the middle, I'm assuming 95 to 100, so we'll just say it's 100. Master, set to single. Gain, I usually don't have to turn the gain up that much. When I'm playing my American basses or my Rockford T1. So I find it bizarre that I have to turn these up a little bit more. So I'm gonna turn this up to 5 and a hair and leave it set right there. All right, I'm gonna go on a music demo to see if it sounds any better. And if it doesn't, then okay, I set the amp and I set the gains. Do I need to wait a little longer for these to break in? I don't think so. If it's a good sub, it should sound good right out the box. You just saw me, I tuned it. The amp, and I tuned the head unit, okay? If it doesn't sound quite right there, I'll put that at 80. For here says between 63 and 80 hertz. Bass boost should be set to 0. And that's where we're at, okay? Now I reconfigured the amp and I set the Subsonic filter to on, since you guys are saying that maybe that could be the case and missing out on some frequencies. And that's the reason why I'm getting that sound, that gap in play. I've rearranged that. I've rearranged my head unit to 63 and took it off to 40. And I had high hopes, but the speakers actually sounded worse. Like I said, the best sounding reproduction of the frequencies that I'm looking for, I find it best at 40 hertz on the head unit, and on the amp I find it best around 65 and maybe below 65. And with this box in the Rockfords, I get the sound that I'm looking for, and with the Def Bonces I got the sound that I was looking for, but I didn't have them in this box. I had them in the Cubon box. With the American basses, I get the sound that I'm looking for, but I keep ripping the foam surrounds on the American basses, so that lets me know that maybe it got something to do with the box being too small, and I don't have enough. They don't have enough net room. But the sound is freaking amazing. The bass is deep. I'm telling you, people are going crazy over this system. I have one of the loudest systems in my area, as far as the mids and highs, and as far as the bass, it is amazing. The only reason why I'm getting a custom built box made is for the American basses. I have enough. I'm okay with just playing the Rockfords, but I'm trying different subwoofers out. Really not for me. It's more so just to make content and to, you know, so we can have a discussion. I appreciate the comments on what I need to do and what I should do, but like I said, I've been doing this for 17 years. Not that I've been deep off into the information as far as like subwoofer, different types of subwoofer enclosures, and I've never bought this many subwoofers before. I'm only doing this now, and I can tell you the difference between a good subwoofer and a bad subwoofer based on my application. It may sound good in someone else's vehicle, but it does not sound right in my vehicle based on my setup. Everyone's setup in their vehicle is going to be different according to how they like to listen to their music. So when you guys are telling me I should have it here and I should have this there, that's according to how you like to listen to it. It doesn't make it wrong and it doesn't make it right. It's just that that's the way that you prefer to listen to it, and that's the way that I prefer to listen to it. When I change the settings to what you guys are suggesting, my system actually sounds worse in this Jeep Grand Cherokee. I've never had to play with my head unit settings and my amp settings this much with JR Audios, with Rockford Fosgate, with American basses, with the previous Def Bonces that I had. There's something off about these speakers that are in the range of 1100 and 1200 watts. There is something lacking in those areas. These are budget speakers, yes. They are budget speakers, meaning that they don't cost that much. They don't cost that much. And it's something about them. When I buy them and I unbox them, as soon as I touch them and pick them up out of the box, I can tell that these are not going to perform the way that I expect them to. I can just tell right off the bat. But I always hope for the best. So I've changed the head unit out, I've changed the amp settings, and I'm still not getting that sound that I'm looking for. What else could it be? I get it with the Rockfords, I get it with the American basses, I get it with the other Def Bonces, but I can't get it with these other subwoofers that I'm trying. And I can see why these subwoofers don't sell that well. I can see why they have bad and mixed reviews, but I just want to test them out to see for myself. And I understand that some subwoofers may need time to break in, but as far as the break-in period, I heard that was a myth. You know, some of the manufacturers are saying you should be able to play these right out the box and they should sound exactly like you need them to. Why do I need to wait? Why do I need to wait for my speakers to sound good? It should sound good already. You know, that's like buying a car and it don't work until a month later. It just doesn't make sense to me. But that's gonna be it for this video. Look forward to the next subwoofers I'm gonna try, and let's keep learning. All right, see you guys next time.